God, check this out. I just got the
got a live ping.
Thing. Right.
You guys are all with us. You can see how many of us there are. It's a huge turnout tonight.
All 0 of you are there with us.
Yeah, one guy waiting.
Do we? Who we got?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We've got I know what we do have. We've got Andrew, we've got Mark. We're missing 2 dummies.
What more do we need?
Exactly. Of course, they're having a good time, right?
Yeah.
We're shy on folks because Sean and Drew decided to take a little family vacation for the holiday break.
Vacation. Who gets
down to Orange Beach? I think they're down. I know I talked with them on Google Hangouts today, and they were drinking cold beers on the beach. So I don't feel too bad about them not.
I think you're not supposed to have beers on the beach.
They were doing it, but you know what we're doing? We're warming up tonight with a little bit of this. This red box over here, a little bit of cigar malt, the Delmore cigar malt, very good.
It was a good way to warm up.
I mean, it's too bad there's not enough to do a review now.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would have been nice, but you know.
Oh shit! Hey, what's going on, Dirt? So anyway, that's why we're a little light. Tonight we're gonna actually. Andrew and I are going to hold the fort down. We're still going to talk about this wonderful bottle that we posted a review on this Monday, this Cadenhead Inchgower. Talk about that for a little while. And then I thought we could talk about how things went with that Whisky Expo.
Dude, you guys killed it.
That was a blur, man. We missed you. I'm glad you were there in the beginning. You actually got some good stuff in the very beginning, which you actually got some good camera time, and that paid off. That was good.
Yeah, I had to go. My daughter was a senior in high school, and we had a senior night thing, so we had to go and do the walk across a football field and do all the senior night, which is great because I mean she's been doing her sport for 4 years.
Yeah, she deserved it. She deserved that there.
So, but the beauty was I was able to be there for an hour and a half, or hour and 45 minutes. Got to taste some 25-year-old.
The 25-year-old Dalmore was pretty good.
You know, it was so different because we warmed up
with the King.
With the King. You know, you can't beat that. You know, we warmed up with King Alexander, and that's such rich and ruby fruit and just this full mouth of food. But that 25-year-old was surprisingly light. So what they do with that is they actually move it. The last 8 months, I think, is in 3 different casks.
Right.
One of like a sherry. And basically, really, the design is to lighten it up, to bring it up, because when it's in a cask for 25 or 30 years, it can get real heavy, real tannins, a lot of oak, and it's not pleasant. So they finished it in these other ones to kind of bring up the lightness on the end. They did a beautiful job of it.
It was delicious, and there's a little bit of a guilt feeling because they weren't pouring that.
No,
the Dalmore weren't pouring that at the expo. He had a small little bottle set back, and we were gracious, lucky enough, blessed enough to have a sip of it. So it was really good. But I just got a ping from the other 2 dummies down in Alabama right now, and they said they're not going to tune in and join the show. They're just going to watch and comment because they actually don't have a Scotch in front of them, which is sacrilege.
How do you plan for that?
Freaking disappointing is that?
Well, they can watch it. I don't know if they saw our warm up. We should get a comment or 2 on this because we completely killed this bottle warming up. It was a good morning.
It's delicious. And I know Sean's been wanting that bottle for a long time. Sorry.
Yeah.
Morning, Hogue. Welcome from Birdland, buddy. We see Lee's on and Travis and Spigot's there. And Tom sent a message to us earlier that he picked up a bottle of the which one was it? It's up in the garage right now. It's one of the Glenmorangies.
The All-Star?
Yeah, the what's it called?
I think it's All-Star.
All-Star. What is it, Tom? Ping me here. We've got a little bit of it. I know we brought a little bit home, so we'll he's gonna
review on it.
He's gonna hold
probably fairly soon because that's a new bottle out. So it'll be good to get a review out soon.
Boy, A-Star. That's what it is. I wanted to say All-Star, but I knew that wasn't right. But
A-Star,
I got to tell you guys that whole expo was a blur to me. I mean, it wasn't like last year's blur. Last year's was a blur because I was hammered by the end.
He had maybe been overserved.
This year it was a blur just because it was busy. We were just,
and talking to some great ambassadors.
We did.
It's amazing how much these ambassadors know about their own distilleries and just about the industry in general. So when I was traveling back and forth after the senior night, I just had the stream going in my ear, and so hearing the discussion and all that, it was really interesting to see how it goes.
So we had 3 collaborations that night. We started off with Aquavitae with Roy because he's over in Scotland and the time difference, right?
Better that way, yeah.
And in the next segment, we had Scott from Test Dummies. And he had to go at that time because he had his son's a senior in high school. He had a football game to get to. And then we rounded it out with Rob up in Toronto. And I thought all 3 segments went really well. I mean, we played it by ear. We didn't really know what was going to happen. You guys were really flexible enough, and it was awesome.
Did you get the Deanston to review together?
No. So the story on that, Rob had set back some Deanston that he wanted to do a review on. We just happened to be set up right next to the Deanston table, so I thought this was a marriage made in heaven. I go over to talk to the guy, and he's like, yeah, that was on our list, but they didn't send it, so I don't have any of that. And I was like, well, you know. But we made it work. And then, like you said, our ambassadors, they weren't all ambassadors. There were a few ambassadors. There was one guy that we had on late in the evening who was an importer. His name was Ed Cole. And he's been importing spirits into the United States for 25 years. And incredible, interesting story to hear how you get into that and what it takes to get into it. And I mean, the first thing is it takes money. It just takes a lot of money.
Don't have money to make money, right?
But I got to tell you guys, everybody watching, it kind of burst my bubble. He smacked us with reality, and I hate that because for the last month or so, we've been talking and probably daydreaming more than anything about buying a cask, right? Come on, guys. Let's get everybody together. Let's get Rob up in Toronto and Scott and the Test Dummies. We'll just get a bunch of us. We'll pitch in and we'll buy a cask, man, and we'll put them in bottles, and that'll take us to the next level. Well,
we'll call it the whiskey reviewers or review crew.
Ed started telling us how much it cost us to get a cask into the country, right? And I was like, I guess that's not going to happen. It was that quick. I mean, it was like, okay, the daydream's over. Yeah. Oh man.
So Drew's a little upset about the cigar malt.
Drew, Bills, hey guys, thanks for holding down the fort. Not cool in the cigar malt though. What's not cool about it? It's delicious. I think he's on to it. So we can't pull that too many times.
We wouldn't do that.
We're not going to do that to you. We're warming up with that bad bottle of Glenrothes that we're not really happy about. But we are going to have a glass of Cadenheads because that was the posted review Monday. So, which, by the way, shout out to Drew Bills for still getting that published, even though he's on vacation. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate you. Great. But what's going on here in the wide world of these chats before we get into that? Hey, by the way, what you drinking? You know what? Let's call those guys out since they don't have Scotch in front of them.
Oh,
let's call.
That's how there was Corona Light or something.
Sean and Drew, you guys need to take a selfie of what you're drinking right now and put it on the Facebook and let everybody know what kind of Scotch fiends you guys really are.
So I can go in here and figure out how to get all this done. But unfortunately, I'm running double duty here, and you can see me looking down, looking at the screens, getting everything going. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. What else we got?
Oh, so Tom, you actually got to hear John talk? That's cool. I would have liked to have been there. That guy's a genius when it comes to mixing Scotch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. He's good.
Oh, he said yesterday the Alexander tempted him. Well, what happened? You resisted.
You can't resist that.
Come on, dude. Man.
I mean, it may be a fairly low bottling on ABV for you, but you can't deny
it's just delicious. Stuff. It is delicious.
And it's something you have to sit with, and you have to really spend time with it because it is so complex. You can't just say, "Oh, let's shoot it and go." So one thing though, is
get rid of that.
One of the gentlemen that I talked to was Raj from Glass Revolution, and he's an importer too.
Right.
And he brought over a couple of different
IBs.
He brought in an Amrit, which we had never tried before, which is great.
Right.
I mean, we were the Amrit Fusion. And then, so it's not technically not Scotch because it is from India, but it was still a world whiskey, which makes it worth it.
What's the story on that? I'm pretty sure they peat it over in Scotland.
No,
there's something where they do something in Scotland and bring it over back.
Yeah,
to India.
they take peated malt from Scotland. That's peated in Scotland. They bring the malt over, brew it and distill it there, and then blend it with 75% of unpeated whiskey. So what some people do is they'll use peated and unpeated malt and they'll grind together and brew that beer and then distill it. What they did is they made 25%, or they made a peated whiskey and a non-peated whiskey, and then blended them together into a fusion to get kind of that sweet and salty going on.
There's the picture of what they're drinking. It's the summer of
look
gin.
at that sunburn.
Oh my gosh,
gosh.
Sean, you look, oh my gosh, you're going to blister, boy.
Oh, man.
I wish you guys all could see this picture of Sean. He really looks like.
Well, can we post it on? I don't know if we get that up there.
Can I put that on Facebook, Sean? Oh my gosh! So before we get into this Cadenheads, let's take a break and look at these comments real quick and what's going on here.
I picked up Monkey Shoulder. That's a good buy. That's a great price buy.
Whiskey in a 6. Rob's talking about Glengoyne 30. Man, that's got to be salty. What's the price point on that?
June Christmas. I can't imagine.
Yes, salty. It was that bad. I poured a little heavy on that warm up Glenrothes that I'm really not fond of because all the other Scotch is not really warm up. It's too good to warm up with. So I wanted to get rid of it because I wanted to get to this Cadenheads. But we'll take a couple comments here.
Well, the beauty is we're at the bar and the police aren't here, so we could hit the Signet. We could hit the Long Row 18 is right here.
Still a little bit of that left.
Yeah, we could finish that off.
I've been wanting to kill that Middleton's too. Hey, I'm off tomorrow. You never know what I'm going to get into tonight. I do see that someone made a comment about Cadenheads, so I'm curious. Connor, do you have any Cadenheads? And if you do, what are you sipping on? But
because
anyway,
Cadenheads, they're essentially independent bottler.
Yeah, Scotland's oldest independent bottler, right? I mean, they sell regular bottles in their stores as well, but this is the goods. But
all right, let me clean this glass.
Yeah, I did that with some water. Maybe that's what Salty saw me kill was just it was a glass of water. Splash of water. I was rinsing out my glass.
Yeah, Signet and Longrow are both great. I agree. All right.
Brought this beautiful gem home.
Right. So this is Cadenhead. Their collection of beautiful salsa that was distilled at Inchgower Distillery in 27 years ago. So it was distilled in 1989, bottled in the spring of 2017, was stored in bourbon hogshead, and there were only 234 bottles made. 53.2% ABV. So I'll do a heavy pour on this one.
I bet you will.
Yeah.
I do want to see what the comments are from that posting.
Which posting?
From this video that we put from the review of this. I didn't read the comments earlier today on if there were any comments on it. It got posted. Our Monday review got posted a day late on Tuesday because Drew was on vacation and nobody was watching the ball until I realized we didn't get anything. So I pinged him. I was like, hey, can you take care of that? You know, love technology. So let's see what the Cadenheads. There's only one review of, on the Cadenheads, and that's from Aquavitae.
No,
is that true? I'm not sure. I have to go and look here.
So yeah, I understand we're kind of boring here as we're trying to go through our media here. So we're not ignoring you. We're looking at the.
Well, no, I was looking. Connor says he's got a 43-year-old Cadenheads blend, and it's fucking lovely. I bet it is.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Plus some preparation, huh, Hogue? Are we going to branch out to world whiskeys? Boy, Crazy, you were pushing us towards the bourbons a while back, if I remember correctly. And we've...
there's so many scotches. But
we've talked about it, yes. I mean,
it.
honestly, we've got this guy right here.
We've got a Japanese on the bar already.
Actually,
that we want to do a review on.
Yeah, so this Japanese we're going to do. And I think we'd get into some Irish whiskeys. That Middleton's is exquisite.
Yes, it is.
And I'm sure the Taiwanese, the Lagavulin. I mean, how can we pass up on that? It's hot right now. But
Lagavulin is hot. Amrit is hot.
Amrit's right.
I mean, Amrit's really, you know, it's interesting talking to that importer. Amrit started in India, but they didn't sell to the Indian market. They were 100% export to start out. So, which I thought was really interesting why they would do that. But then they kept getting so much feedback, like, "Hey, we're in India. We love some of your material. Can we do this?" And they eventually started being able to distribute in certain states within India. And part of the problem is you don't really know. I don't know the rules and the laws in India about distribution of alcohol, and so that was likely their issue. They said they weren't in all the states yet, but they were getting there.
Right. So I'm talking about some of those whiskeys. Tom just made a comment at that Redbreast as well. Man, just the regular straight 12 is good. But I got a question for you guys about that. I've only had Redbreast 12, not the cask strength, the 12, and I enjoyed it. But I was in a local liquor store here last week. It was a new one down there in 267 in Plainfield. We'll see what they had, and they had Redbreast 12.
What are we drinking?
For what are we drinking?
I got to do the what are we drinking for Facebook. Yeah, Cadenhead, that's good stuff.
Anyway, they had the Redbreast 12 for, I want to say, like $69.99 or whatever, let's say. And then they had the Redbreast 12 cask strength for $74.99, right? So like $5 more. I'm like, that's pretty still 12-year-old. Yeah. So if you have the opportunity, is the 12-year Redbreast cask strength worth $5 more than the 12-year? I mean, my gut says yes, but I've never had it. So let's taste this, man. I haven't gotten into this yet.
It definitely smells of old whiskey. It's like an old, classic. They obviously haven't done any specialty casking with it. It smells like good new make with a little bit of cask influence there.
What'd you say the ABV was on this?
53.
Yeah, boy, oh boy, I can tell. I almost get like fabric softener, like linen.
Linen and not herbs, but yeah, lavender and that kind of
stuff. I've never had it, crazy, so I'm just asking. I think I need to go down there and buy it for $75 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, Tom. I think that having that flexibility makes it worth it. So what do you get out of that, Andrew?
Some straw. It's pretty hot. Need to let it cool. I'll let it. The thing is, we just started with Scotch, and then we chased it with water, so we washed all the alcohol off our.
Right.
Kind of gotta let it burn through a little bit. This didn't get a really great rating from us for some reason. I mean, it's a 27-year-old, mainly because it wasn't incredibly complex. I tend to like Scotches with a longer finish, and this one didn't have that. But I think the balance is pretty good on it. I was at least that night I was really struggling to pull out what was in there. So that was my concern with the bottle at the time.
There's not been too many comments on it. Aquavite was the only one that really had any comment specifically about the bottle. I know the experience was amazing walking in there. One of the things, I don't know if you mentioned it on the review, when we walked in. So Roy was our gracious host in Edinburgh, and he is the one that took us by Cadenheads. And so the funny thing is, when we walked in, and it's a little bitty room, we walked in, and literally the guy's standing behind this little bitty table, looks up, and his jaw is falling. He's like, "I just watched you guys on YouTube." It's like, it was perfect.
Were you wearing your shirts?
No,
really?
No way we were. We were wearing our polos.
Shirts, yeah.
But he had just got done watching our live YouTube that we had posted from the DuPont distillery, like 2 days before.
My God,
so it was just, the timing was really cool, and it was neat, and he really gave us some attention. So that was really fun. But it's definitely a store I think you've got to go to every time you get to Scotland, especially if you're in Edinburgh.
If you're in Edinburgh, absolutely. Right. Yeah. So there are other Cadenheads around, though, right? The one you went to?
Yeah, I think there's one actually in Berlin. Hoagie, answer that for me. Isn't there a Cadenhead in Germany? And I'm pretty sure there's one in London. But the original, Edinburgh stores is like the. If I want to say headquarters, because it's really not much bigger than this room right here that we're in. I mean, it's pretty small for a bar, for a liquor store.
But the way you go up and you like pull off a barrel or a tap, it's crazy.
Well, yeah, they had 3 mini barrels, and you can just go in there and just mix, taste a little bit. All right, I'll buy this bottle now. You remember, it reminds me of the candy store. The kids go and make those straws, those candy, what do you call that stuff? You know what I mean?
Pixie sticks.
You can make it's that way with whiskey.
So I want 30% of barrel 1, 50% of barrel 2, and that's crazy. That would be really cool. But again, that's part of the thing that we've never done is combined different scotches to get a flavor profile we want. We've seen people do that. We've seen. And it's really an interesting process, but essentially we taste the bottle as it comes. But others have talked about, say you take some Lafroig and you put a little this in here. You know what?
I think some of our subscribers have been doing that.
They have been doing that. And one thing I did, though, is I made a Manhattan with Lafroy 10. And that was a really good Manhattan.
Really?
Because it had all the sweetness of a Manhattan, but then it had the punch of smoke. It was really an interesting Manhattan.
I guess I need to try that. So I was up in Seattle, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, and there's 3 SMWS partner bars in Seattle. And so I looked up the closest one, called, got on my phone, got an Uber, and got over there. And I spent too much money on 2 drams. But anyway, one thing that this bar is known for is they have 4,000 bottles of whiskey. Oh, yeah. On their shelves. 4,000. Their menu is on an iPad. They hand out iPads. You have to use the search feed, right? And I wanted to talk to the bartender, this woman behind about the whiskey. I'm just like, oh my gosh, whiskey. She didn't want to talk anything about the whiskey. She wants to talk about the cocktails that she's making with the whiskey. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Why would I pay that much money for a 30-year-old whiskey to watch you mix it with a bunch of shit?
No, that's why I use Lafroy 10, because it's a fairly inexpensive Scotch. It's got a lot of potency and flavor, and it can take the whatever else you mix up.
So do we have a guest that just joined us?
Well, I see a person online here. Mike is online. He seems to be muted right now, so I don't know if he's ready to come in or not. But
maybe we will. Let's see. Hang on, Hobie. Did he answer? Our Cadenhead shop owner just announced that due to unsolvable differences, he'll give up his shop in Berlin and Salzburg, Austria, in favor of a normal whiskey shop. Well, there's your opportunity, Hogue.
You could buy it.
Buy it, buddy. Pick it up. Just switch your freaking career to make a move. Do we all need to pitch in to help you out? Is that what's going on here? We've got maybe 20 people on right now. Can we make this happen?
20 people watching. So, Bob H makes a great point, and I've actually considered that as well, getting a whiskey aroma kit to develop the nose. And you see them anywhere from 12 to, much more different aromas in the kit. And I think that's a great idea. I've considered doing that as kind of a gift to the dummies to be able to broaden it.
I don't know. Is that muted?
No, because we got people talking. We would have heard.
I just noticed that the microphone.
You want me to mute it?
Now so the mute button is lit up red, like it's mute, and I'm like, damn, we've been talking for 22 minutes. The people have been answering. This is weird. Man, there's some great lip readers out there.
So Hoagie's going to see if somebody else picks up the franchise kit.
He needs to pick up the freaking. Come on, Hoagie.
Man, with your skill and your ability to taste scotches, and
our support, we'll be right behind you, talking you through drinking that liquor. I mean, we will.
We will sample everything you send us.
Absolutely, we will. Yeah. We'll work hard for you. So, I still enjoy it. I think it's a great dram. And here's the take that I think is crazy is independent bottlers, you can find better. You get more for your money, I think.
Do.
I mean, it's a 27-year-old bottle, right? Mm-hmm. What are you going to pay for that? What's that?
Macallan 25 going for?
Exactly. What's that Dalmore 25 going for? They said $1,200.
Yeah, it was like $1,200 retail.
Now, I'm not saying this is as good as Dalmore 25. No. But this is still pretty damn good, especially considering I think I got it for like 110 pounds, 115 pounds or something like that. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's I don't think you should just go out there and blindly start buying independent bottlers, just shooting in the dark. But I think there's some gems to be had. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that was one of the things that when I was talking to Raj, he also brought over a couple of independent bottlers. One was Blackadder, and they had a Smoky Pete that was great. Oh, is he live now? He's shaking his head. He's not there. So he can hear us, but he can't.
We can't.
He's muted.
Why aren't you talking,
did I
Mike?
mute him? Maybe I'm muting him. There he's on mute.
I have it on mute. I have it on mute. Can you hear me?
I think it's crazy.
So he's talking. He's showing, but he's not.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Hope the Cubs don't play that way.
So Mike's on there, but I don't have audio of him coming through the speaker. Maybe my speaker. Oh, speakers are up.
So back to the Whisky Expo. Now that we're going to enjoy this Cadenhead. What was your favorite dram from that from your hour and 45 minutes that you were there?
Well, that may be it. Hey, are you there, Mike?
Can you hear me now?
Are you hearing you now? I'm still not hearing
Can
you.
you
It's
I can
switched,
hear
so
you.
they must be hearing him, but we're not. All right.
Are you in the right?
I don't know if I'm in the right hole here. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Mike said, Andrew doesn't know what he's doing, Mike. Oh my gosh. I'd say that my favorite
And
dram.
how about now?
You know, the Dalmore 25 definitely was good, but I got to tell you what was most surprising. It wasn't the Dalmore 25 because I knew that was going to be good, but the Ben Riach 17, the Glendronach Parliament.
Oh yeah, that was
I
good.
mean, that
we've done
17
that
peated.
review.
Yeah, I mean,
The 17. I don't think I ever got the 17.
the 17
I had to leave
peated
before I
was
got there.
it was good. I don't know, it was good, and actually I was pleasantly surprised by the Glenmorangie. And the interview that I think her name was Andy. She came over and talked. She was really knowledgeable. She did a good job. She took our questions in stride and asked a couple of dumb questions just to kind of cover the bases and get some knowledge out there. And she was fun to have on the show. And she's actually reached back out to us and said she'd love to be back on the show. So maybe we'll do that here in the near future.
All right, Mike, if you could give me a talk for a second, see if I can get a hold of you.
Check
hear you.
1. Can you
You
hear
keep
me?
talking while I'll
Can you hear
do
me?
some technical difficulties and see if I can find you.
How about now?
Jump on one leg.
How about now? How about now?
Rub your
How
belly.
about now?
I got nothing.
He's rubbing his belly, so he's doing what we ask. He can hear us, but we can't hear him, and I don't know why that is. And you'll probably turn my speaker
I
off.
I don't know why I have this
I
in.
don't know. Yeah, that's worthless.
Oh, well. So there was one thing that I wanted to talk about before it got too late into the show. And it's some of the other shows, the channels. So between Rob and the Test Dummies and Aquavitae, I hope you guys are all tuning into what those guys are doing because there's been some really good stuff. One in particular really caught my attention today. A show, a channel called No Nonsense. Is it No Nonsense Whiskey, I believe? Him and Aquavitae did a collaboration. And they published it today on his channel, and I watched it, and it was awesome. What's really cool about it, what's really fun about it, is it's a blind tasting that Roy set up for the No Nonsense Whiskey channel, and it's exciting to watch a complete and 100% blind tasting. You know, he had absolutely no idea what was what because they were sealed envelopes, and it was really interesting. And it kind of looked challenging. I got to be honest. I watched the 19-minute video, and I was a little bit nervous that I was guessing wrong about what glass was what. But I think it's something that I'd like to try because I think I'd like to test myself to see, you know, just how good my palate and my nose is. Am I able to really pick out the subtle differences? Some of them, you know, obviously going to stump you because Roy's pretty good and he put some curveballs in there. But it's definitely fun. So if you guys get a chance, go watch that. It's probably one of the best collaboration type videos I've ever seen, and Roy did a really good job putting that one together. So I wanted to give him props for that.
All right, Mike, I'll give you another chance here. Can I hear you?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
What's going on?
I don't know.
All right, I can't hear you. Hold on. Give me. I know he's yelling now.
He's giving you. He's giving you the knife hand. Kick some dirt on him.
Trying some
You
things
got
here.
nothing.
That's okay.
Hang on a second.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
I don't know.
I can hear
Wait,
Mike.
why is that X
Can you hear me?
there?
Probably because it's muted.
Yeah, because it was muted.
It was muted.
Yeah, he was
There you
muted the
are.
whole time.
No, I was looking through different things. All right, so Mike, talk to us.
Yes.
Oh gosh, we are doing wonderful now that you're here. Say hi to everybody on the channel. What's going on? Why are you in Chicago, by the way? Why aren't you here drinking with us?
One, it's Chicago. Got to come up to Chicago. Two, kids are on second week of vacation next week, so we brought them up here, and we're gonna drop them off and go home on Sunday. So and that means I get to go to Benny's.
Oh, so what's at Benny's that we need? Why? I guess we should have sent you with some money.
I am gonna look for the Kubokin bourbon cask.
Ooh,
bourbon cask. Ooh.
I didn't know there was one.
Did I sent you guys a
That's right.
picture?
Okay,
they have three others besides the one that we've tried before.
Man, Man, someone just posted something. Do I need to go out here and check this? Do I need to look at scores? Oh my gosh. Do you even want to talk about that, Mike?
Why?
The Cubs are getting spanked.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I watched when it was 9-1.
It's still 9-1.
And then oh well, wow. Hey, they haven't scored 9 more, so that's good.
I guess it's not really good. It's over.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Cool.
It is. That's what happens.
But
Tom wants to know what else you're looking for up at Benny's. So Tom, he's looking for a Tomatin Kuboken bourbon cask finish. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's one. And the one I go to the one in Arlington Heights and the one in Lake Zurich, and then they have some what's typically allocated down in Indy bourbons. So I'll see if they have anything that I typically can't pick up sitting on the shelf.
So if they have any of that Dalmore or Dalmore 25, go ahead and pick that up. We're not going to reimburse you for it, but we'd love to.
Yeah, we can't cover that, but if you come home with it,
we'll do a review on it.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, right, for $1,200.
Yeah. So what are you looking for?
I was looking to see what was behind us. That Kuboken's gone.
It is.
We finished it.
We could stand for a regular bottle of that.
I think Mike drank most of it, quite honestly. That's the one Scotch that he really enjoyed.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way we convert him over to the dark side. See, slowly but surely.
One bottle at a time.
One bottle at a time. Oh, gosh.
That's what they're talking about, those world whiskeys. We've done our hand at Scotch, and there's so many more Scotches to try. And so, both high-end and low-end Scotches we've tried, or we haven't even tried yet. So we've got a lot of Scotches, but these Taiwanese and these Japanese whiskeys and Indian are not something to be ignored. And we also need to consider some more independent bottlers. We haven't done a whole lot of those. We got a couple of the big names.
Some of the bigger independents like Cadenhead, like SMWS, Gordon and MacPhail, Creative Whiskey, Signatory. So we've gotten into some that are, but there's some smaller ones out there that are.
That's where I tried this. Black Adder is the bottler, and it was their Smoky Isla, which is a really great balance of heavy smoke and heavy peat balanced together. And so it's not, Lafroig is like all smoke, and Lagavulin is this rich peaty goodness. And what they've done with that, with their Smoky Isla, is they've blended it together into a nice blend there. So that's something to try.
So Roy says, love Tomatin. The 18 is wonderful. That makes me happy because I have an unopened bottle of that 18 at my house in the basement. Hello, where'd that thing come from? I went down there to grab this Lafroig so we could sip on this in a little while, and I saw that bottle. I was like, I can't wait to crack you open someday.
He's holding out.
I am.
So, when most of the dummies buy bottles, they come here first, and then they wait for a review, and then maybe
it'll make its way over here for a review. Come on, man.
Mark buys these outstanding bottles, these 30-year-old bottles of Scotch.
Impulse buy. I'm the one that's paying interest on it.
Yep.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh, so Mike, there's a suggestion from Tom that you need to get the Benny's app for your iPhone.
I didn't know they had one.
Well, there you go. That sounds like a great idea.
Let's see what's there.
He says the open Tomatin 18 now. It's across the street.
That's a great idea,
right,
Roy.
It's over there.
And it's like a 5-minute walk.
There's Scotch to drink
both ways.
I almost did bring it, but I thought Drew and Sean would get PO'd.
No, that's all right.
They're
on
everybody
vacation.
says Tomatin 18 is good.
They're like on the beach. They're drinking gin and stuff.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So someone asked if the Cubs are American football or baseball.
Wow.
I think it was Connor. So
that would be American.
We'll say American baseball, but not for much longer, for about 2 more innings. And then they're going to be in the off season. Best price for Dalmore 25, €750.
Yeah, that's what
sounds about right.
Their list price, I guess, is roughly $1,200 from the vendor manufacturer. but most places you can see it for $900, €850, €750. That's pretty good.
I would say he was the Dalmore rep and the who was the rep we closed with? The Ardbeg.
Yeah,
the Ardbeg Ron.
Ardbeg Dan Crowell.
He was fun too. He was really excited and really into this. And he's just a ball of energy, very enthusiastic about it, and fun to drink whiskey with. I mean, it's fun to have a dram with because you're really going to crack it open and talk about it. And it was a good time. He
was the one that taught. We went to a tasting with him presenting at a restaurant here, and he had he tells how he tastes whiskey, and everybody can taste whiskey their own way and one thing. But when he's evaluating whiskey, he has a certain way he does that. And it's kind of helped me learn how to do that, where you bubble it through your mouth and let it roll over your tongue. And there's a lot of techniques and tools to do that. And I tried that with his Cadenheads, and 53% alcohol is a little hot to boil on your tongue. Woo.
It numbs it up, that's for sure. Hey, that's fair enough, Connor. I get it. I know that we're the only ones that play American football and baseball, but we love them. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main reason we see it is we like the more than 1 or 2 points a game.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Before I forget, I see Rob is posting on here. Hey, Rob. Everybody get over to Whiskey in the Six and check out. He's got a bottle giveaway going on right now. So if you're into trying to score some whiskey, get over to Whiskey in the Six and read the rules on what it takes to get an entry into his
YouTube
bottle.
Or Facebook?
Facebook.
Okay.
If you go to his Facebook page, the instructions on what it takes, you have to share that. There's a couple steps. Follow the steps. Hey, you're in for a drawing of free bottle. It doesn't hurt, right? I mean, I think it's a bottle of bourbon, but hey.
Okay. I'll be right there.
Mike's on his way over.
Because he likes bourbon. Wouldn't that be awesome if he did that and won it?
I know.
And then he could bring it to our bar, and we'd let him. Maybe that could be his first review as a bourbon.
He can even have a collab with Rob as walking through his first review. That'd be great. Yeah.
Scotch for Dummies, the bourbon edition. That'd be awesome. So, do we have any Scotch in the news or anything?
I didn't even look. No, I mean, I'm a slacker.
I was down 2.5 days sick this week.
We're down halftime.
Voice. I sound a little more like James Earl Jones. Deep talk.
Did you see the Johnny Walker Black? What movie is that?
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner came out.
Yeah, I posted about that. We talked about that a few weeks ago. I saw the article that said it was coming out. I just didn't know if it's actually on shelves. Has anybody seen it on a shelf anywhere? I'm pretty sure that there's very limited numbers. They're not going to be, at every liquor store, but for $100, it's a pretty cool bottle. And, Johnny Walker does have a history with the original. I mean, so it's kind of cool and all, but I mean, I don't know.
Johnny Black is on my bar all year round anyway.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the bottle's really cool looking. The box
I mean,
it comes in is cool too.
I'm watching a thing on I guess it's on Plex right now. With the Expanse. Have you ever seen the series The Expanse?
Have I ever seen it? Me and Drew freaking binge watched it last year when
I'm still watching it. But they have lots of Scotch comments in there. They have get them the good stuff. Get them the Lagavulin, and this is in 2135 or something. And they do a lot of
Lagavulin's like the top shelf of everything in that. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, Scotch will always be a something to follow. That nobody's gonna ever stop making Scotch. I don't think, because it's just so great, right?
It is. All right.
What we got?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Hoagie. That's a good point. You just right though. It's Johnny Black at 47%. So I'm glad you pointed that out because I completely forgot about that, and that does make it different.
Cask strength, sort of.
Well, it does make it different, and I would like to try it just to compare it against the regular Johnny Walker Black and against the double black. Throw it in the lineup and see what happens. I don't know.
We'll do a blind review. That's a great idea. Oh, it's Instagram. What are you saying?
What is?
Is that Whiskey 6 is doing it on bottle Instagram?
Yeah, you got to go to the Facebook page and read the instructions.
Okay.
The official release said it would be 60 pounds, but Amazon We're the only ones to have it. We're charging £100. Yeah, go figure. Hey, why not? If you can get the extra 40, right?
So Mike can talk about the whole secondary market for bourbons and things. Of course, he's left the line now, but
Ron Burgundy. You
what?
mean this guy right here? I love Scotch. Scotchy, Scotch. Here goes down to my belly. Is this the Ron Burgundy you're talking about? I'm sorry.
Yes, he's a bit of an icon with respect to Scotch.
He's a bit of an icon on this bar.
So is there a brand name?
Is there a brand name?
Is there a Ron Burgundy Scotch?
I think
Somebody's
there
got
is.
it.
I honestly, I think that's yeah, I think there is a gimmick Ron Burgundy Scotch out there. Gosh dang it. And I might be just daydreaming that up, but let's find out. I'm not sure. I can't type. Let's see.
Wow, it's hot.
Yeah, it's called Ron Burgundy's Great Odin's Raven Special Reserve.
Odin Special Reserve.
Yes, let's see. Let me see how much this bottle is. It's going for $30 US. Sourced from Speyside, Highlands, and Isla regions of Scotland. This whiskey is made in homage to the legendary Ron Burgundy. Looks like you can get it on caskers.com for $30.
I hate to see the review on it. Roy has it. Oh my gosh.
Yep. See, he's
the Ron Burgundy?
Well, is it good, bad, and different? Tell me about it.
That's funny.
I love it. Ron Burgundy.
Wait, Great Odin's Raven Special Reserve Scotch Whiskey. Wow.
Great Odin's beard. So I guess it's time to move to some Lafroy. I don't know. What else should we do? What else is has anybody else moved on to something else? You know what? I don't even know if they're still watching.
Probably not.
You know what? We'll put that up there, and if Drew's still watching, he posts a comment that says no, we'll put it back. But if he's not watching, we're having some long row 18.
That's some beautiful stuff. Think about a balance of smoky and just goodness. It's just great.
I'll tell you what, Saltire, that Abunad is man, it's a beast. It's a good Scotch. I'm not gonna say it's bad. There's flavor. It packs a punch, but there's just something about that Scotch that'll kick your ass in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man.
You can start with that and then drink more after it, but you still
just feel punched in the gut, man. You're like, damn, I'm hurting.
There must be tannins or something. They're like cheap wine or something.
I don't know, but it's definitely it's harsh.
So you know what I'm getting out of the Cadenheads right now? It tastes to me like a dry gin martini with olives in it.
Really?
I'm getting that olive or that.
That's not a bad thing.
No, the salt.
I was gonna say, come
it's
on,
not
man.
bad. I'm just that's what I'm enjoying about it. It's like, oh, it tastes like a martini, which is also good. A little bit of, what do they say on the bottle?
Deanston cask strength 1, huh? All right. Love to know why. I'm gonna have to go and watch that review. Stag Jr. picked up is awesome. Wouldn't know.
Stag Jr.
Yeah, that's a Mike comment. Mike's into that.
Yeah, Mike's off. So
Mike's gone. I can take this thing out of my ear. Shit, why'd you tell me that? Bugging the hell out of me. I guess if I just hate to go to the Lafroy 10 if this is the end Scotch, right? You don't want to drink this and then move on to something after this, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we only got 15 minutes left, so
Doesn't mean I'm done in 15 minutes. I mean, come on, let's be honest.
what do we do?
I don't know.
It's a tough job here.
It
is really hard to have to taste all these.
What is this?
Oh, that's the Highland Park 12. That's okay, but we need to.
They've
restyled their bottles.
Oh yeah, we haven't reviewed it yet. It's not the 12. It's the 12 Viking.
Well, it's the same Highland Park 12. They've redesigned the bottle and the box and everything to make it look more impressive, but it's fairly the same. And I'm not sure it's as good as the old.
All right. Well, do we need to do a review on that?
I don't know. I think we've done Highland Park 10.
We've done 12. We've done Highland Park.
I forgot about that for warm-up Scotch. It's a good warm-up.
Yeah,
Scotch.
we should have warmed up with that.
So Connor, yeah. So this is the So I went to the liquor store the other day, and I saw Highland Park 12, and they had one on the shelf that was just a bottle, and then they had this one, Highland Park 12, with this big fancy, Viking bottle. It's the Viking Honor. So they've rebranded their 12-year-old, and I don't know if they've changed the flavor profile too much. I think they have a little bit, because my initial impression wasn't as good, and they've completely redesigned the bottle to be more, Viking with script and things on it. And we'll see how it plays with them. It definitely was more impressive on the shelf. So if you are a newbie to Scotch and you say, oh, Highland Park 12, it was $55 to $60. It wasn't that high end. And if the bottle gets more customers, we'll have to see.
Gosh dang it. I really want a glass of that now.
So he's picking out the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society bottles. And
what, is there any of this PA gas? No, that's freaking
empty box.
Gosh dang, guys. We're killing it over here. Killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. I don't know what to do here.
So we're talking a little bit about the HP.
All right.
That I would love a sample of the 18 Highland Park.
The Highland Park. What'd you say?
Highland Park. Well, what Everwin said that his Highland Park 12 came with a sampler of 18.
Oh, have you not had 18?
Well, did we review that? I don't think we had it, have we?
I've got a bottle of it at home. I'm just saying, it was a gift. Bought for me as a gift.
It appears on his bar. And
it's a freaking gift bottle, man. Someone spent $150 on me. I mean,
so we only need 4 little pours.
This group doesn't. I know this group. It doesn't play that way.
Yeah, he knows us way better. We've been drinking Scotch together for 2.5, almost 3 years.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
As well
Spigot's out.
Spigot's gone.
Spigot. Thanks for coming. Thanks for talking.
All right, I'm gonna put this guy up. I guess we pour us a couple of these.
I'll pour some Lefroy. Oh, this is
Lefroy. I got it off already. Have a glass of that. So what happened to Leanne? Did she bail on us too? She was quiet.
We're down to 17 viewers right now. So.
Yeah, that's understandable.
We're a little off the rails already.
Yeah, that's okay. Didn't expect it to be too intense or serious, just because of the nature of it.
There's a bit of Scotch in the news, and I think we talked about it last week, where Diageo is buying all these small distilleries, and they're gung-ho about opening them back up. And I don't remember which ones, the Bora.
Yeah, there was 2 on Isla.
and so
yeah, that's a good point.
Chart here.
There were 2 on Island. I can't remember. There's Lee. See, she's still here. You've been really quiet. Is everything okay? I hope you're having a good dram. But
anyway, Diageo knows that Scotch is really hot right now, and they're buying these distilleries, and they're going to reopen them. If they've got the same stills, they're going to try and follow the same character. Now, it's a multinational corporation, so you have to understand. I don't know what they've done with their other brands, if they've allowed them to keep their distillers.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, Glendolin. That's right. Rosebank. Yeah. See, that's the thing. So all these new old distilleries, that have names, and there's some of the independent bottlers still have some of their casks, which is great. And I think that is probably, if I were buying that distillery, I would take these old casks and try and match similar flavor profiles. That's the way to do it, and that's the way, because everybody has their own.
So where was Brora at? Where was that located in the first place?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I don't even see it on this map that we've got, and we've got it's got the closed down distilleries too.
It wasn't a Space Side. Brora, I don't remember. Maybe it was a Lowland. I'll have to.
Someone's gonna have to tell me, where was Brora located.
Somebody with Google, can you?
Yeah, I guess I could use it on my phone, but see you, Rob. He's got to go.
No, sir. It is late.
He's got to teach in the morning.
Yep.
Got students. Got to be responsible. We'll drink another one for you.
Yep.
Use Google Maps. I'm trying to talk to you guys.
Yeah, we're trying to talk. Brora 38. Oh.
Past Inverness. Ah, okay.
So everyone says they have a Brora 38 for
what?
$2,000.
Where's that? Yeah, for $2,200. That's not. You can go out on on the internet and find bottles of it. The Whiskey Exchange and Masters of Malt.
Oh man, that's good.
I still haven't taken a sip of this, so I'm gonna go.
You don't need to. You can have it in the room. And you're
I know,
good.
right? So up past
Inverness.
Inverness is right here. So maybe it's
there it is.
Where? Oh, way up there. Yeah.
It's definitely a high Highland. Almost up by Wolfburn and those up there. Wow, that's a great.
Someone needs to just will me some money so I can go up there and spend some time tromping around the northern Scotland. It's not going to happen. So, Andrew, ever come around to the
Clonish 14?
Well, it's gone.
I think it's gone. That's
It's
the problem.
gone
I think it disappeared before I really got another chance at it. I was not a big fan of that when it came around.
No, you weren't.
But if I remember right, I think that was one that had a lot of like floral and herbal notes in it that can be common in Space Sides. If I remember, it's a Space Side. I don't remember. No, it's not. It's a Highland.
It's up there by Brora. It's right next to it.
Oh, yeah. I'll need to go back. Unfortunately, I can't remember that Scotch right now, so I'll have to go back. But I don't think I gave it a very good rating.
I opened a bottle of Lefroy and my smoke detector went off. Holy moly, Connor says, when I opened my Brora 1977. Wowzer. I can't say I've ever had a Brora, so.
That's a 40-year-old bottle.
Sounds really good. I'm anxious to see what that's about.
Wow.
Lee, you're killing me. I'm praying for you, man. If those things come through.
We'll help run your
Yep.
your distillery.
I'll go over to your distillery and I'll flip Pete on your malt floor. Okay. Flip that malt on the malting floor. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm in.
You'll get your monkey shoulder.
I'm in for it. Just pay me in good Scotch.
Oh man, that smoke is.
It is. The 10, I really like the nose. The palate's not quite as
It's a little harsh.
Yeah, it's 10. But then that's okay. It is what it is. I know what I'm getting into when I pour it. But I had a question. I read some things on the internet today about Lagavulin, and we haven't done this, and it'd be interesting to do. We'd have to get it. Someone was doing a comparison of the Lagavulin 8, 12, and then the regular 16. And most of the comments that I was seeing about this said that the 12 is by far head and shoulders better than the other two.
Really?
And that's the one we haven't tried. Is
that the cast strength, or is that what's different about it? I
don't know. So let's talk about it. We've got 5 minutes or so here. Let's talk. I mean, the 8 and the 16, I like both. I think, to me, thinking about it right now after drinking this Lefroy, I think I found the 8 to be a little bit sweeter.
It was young. I mean, you could tell. But
we've never had the 12, so I don't know. Scotch or retirement plan. That's what I'm talking about. She's gonna know me. So has anybody else out there had the Lagavulin 12? And if you have, what's, compare it to the 16 or the 8. I'd prefer the 16 because I know that one a little bit better. Obviously, we had a bottle of 8, but it didn't last.
Cast strength, but it can vary. Yeah. Well, I mean, ultimately, that 12-year will become 16-year in 4 years, give or take, depending on when they bottle it.
Not necessarily. I don't know if that did it go through the same casking process. I'm not sure.
That's a fair question.
Probably not. I don't know. Tried last year's 12 and opted against it. Not as good as the rave reviews made me believe. I want to try. You've not bought a Lagavulin?
Dude.
Oh, well, hell's bells. I've had the 8, 16, and the Distiller's Edition. Loved them all. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to love the 12 too. But then again, that's what they call me Scotch whore.
Well, he'll like the Bob Scotch.
Let's give it a shot. I want to try the Ron Burgundy.
The Ron Burgundy Scotch, yeah.
Great Odin's Raven or whatever. Oh, gosh. See, so Roy's saying that Roy says that the 12 is like a cask strength cross between 16 and Distiller's Edition. If that's the case, count me in.
Yeah, so that the cask strength is so much richer in flavor typically. I mean, it just I love the cask strengths, and that's why a hoagie won't do anything below 47% because
spoiled.
The potency is there, and I understand.
Right.
There's a lot of people that drink a lot of Scotch on here.
So yeah, that's crazy. 16 or 8. honestly, I think every day I would stick with my 16. I think the 8 was, I liked it. Like I said, it was a little sweeter to me. It didn't mean I didn't like it. It was still great, but I
didn't have the deep earthiness.
I think right now the main thing that I'm upset with about Lagavulin 16 is the price.
Yeah.
And that's just because where we are, because it really upsets me when I find out that other people, 3, 4, 5 states away are paying half the price that I'm paying here. And that's
so it's $1.25 here.
And that's ridiculous.
And Mike got us a bottle of Dummies for $80, which is still not cheap, but it's some of the people are able to see it at Costco for $65 or something like that, and it's crazy how much difference that makes.
Yeah,
just by location.
Yeah, it's not. I don't like that at all.
Admittedly, Indiana has some fairly restrictive liquor laws. I know they can't ship to your house if you're buying liquor from them and things like that. So there are some differences there. So we have to work through that.
See, there's your cask difference right there.
Yep. Refilled American oak hogshead.
So yeah, what out of curiosity, give me a price check on Lagavulin 16, folks. Where you're at?
$66 for Roy and $70 for 16.
$66, Roy. Where are you at?
Dude, that is a great deal for that Scotch.
See, 49 pounds, and I mean,
why is it $125?
It's $125 here, and that pisses me off because I really like that Scotch. If I could get it for $66 or $70, it'd be a go-to regular on my bar. I mean, I don't know. See, $80. Yeah, that's what.
That's where I got it at Dummies. So I got to ask though, have they bought it recently? Has it gone up in the last 6 months?
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know,
because that's all Scotches have gone up in the last 6 months.
That's true.
I mean, the Macallan 12 is $65 now. It's crazy.
See, over 100 in DC. Yeah, it's regularly $125 here. $124.99.
Yep, man.
So
Denver's got it for $66.
I guess I'm just not going to be a Lagavulin guy for a while. Stick to the other stuff. I like my quarter cask. I can get quarter cask for $66.
Yeah.
I mean, it's NAS, but it's good.
It's still good. It's
Bought 2 bottles. Yeah, just rub it in. Did you buy 1 bottle for each, Roy? Oh man,
Roy gets both.
Oh geez. Yeah, online, Hoagie, after you pay shipping and handling,
that's the problem.
Jacks it back up to $125. I think it's overpriced at $125, Connor, but I don't know if it's overhyped. I really enjoy it. I don't know.
All right, so we got 3 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left on this review discussion.
So yeah, let me round out and finish. There was one thing I wanted to mention. So about 3 weeks ago, I had started conversations with somebody over at the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society and have them as a guest on the show because we just reviewed 2 of those bottles and they've been posted now, right? Both of them have been published. And due to vacations and the Whisky Expo, we weren't able to get him on. So I've been back and forth emailing him, and hopefully we're going to have Paul from the SMWS America, the U.S. He's in New York. He's from Scotland originally, and hopefully he'll be a guest on the show next week and talk about those 2 bottlings that we've brought home and maybe a little bit more about what the society is really about and where they come from, a little bit more about their history. But so tune in for that. Hopefully that happens.
We'll put it back up on the screen, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll do something. And we've got some more guests lined up from the Whisky Expo that I think will be coming back on. So really looking forward to that as well. But make sure you're checking everybody else out. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Sorry we were too light tonight, but I'm not that sorry. Those guys are getting hammered on gin and tonics down on the beach right now. So I'm not.
And they're drinking Bombay Sapphire, so it's not like they're going cheap.
Yeah, I'm not. There's not too much bleeding heart here. No. I mean,
you're drinking their Scotch.
Don't tell them. But anyway, I appreciate everybody tuning in, especially keep us company for an hour. And for those of you that tuned in during the live show last week at the Whisky Expo, we really appreciate it. I think that was probably my biggest disappointment. We didn't have the numbers that I kind of wanted, but I think next year we need to define what success means a little bit more. We didn't do that this year. We just went into it and tried our best and did our best.
Yeah, we essentially we over planned with the amount of work we've got. The number of people we're gonna have on. We really boiled it up big so we could do that.
Shoot.
What'd you just do?
I wanted to look at those comments.
Those comments right there. Oh, Uh-oh. So we're about done here.
I don't know where the comments are. Dang.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to stop.
I wanted to see what those comments were saying, but I can't.
That's weird. All right.
Yeah. So anyway, we got lots of stuff coming in the future. We still have a lot of whiskey review from people like Hoagie that sent us. We've still got a review, some Aquavite reviews. We still have one from Telex, which was a guest last week at the Whisky Expo. I hope you guys caught that. It was really cool to meet him in person. We had a good time.
It was a good time.
But we still have some things coming up, so stay tuned and slaunch, I guess, right?
Sign out, baby.
Hey, man. See you guys.
Happy Thursday.